Cyberpunk just released their long-awaited 2.0 update and Phantom Liberty DLC. This game has come a long way over the past few years. Does the base Shadow tier have what it takes to run this game properly? Plus, is the power upgrade powerful enough to get the best that the game has to offer? Well, let's hack in and see how these tiers perform.
Perfect. Bridging systems now.
This is actually my first review of Cyberpunk on any Shadow machine, surprisingly. I guess I never got around to it back when it was just a base Shadow machine. Probably because I knew it was going to be bad, especially when the game wasn't optimized several years ago. Is it a different story now? Let's take a look. Now the base Shadow machine does not have DLSS or ray tracing, so we'll start by running the benchmark at default settings, 4K Ultra with FSR at quality. And make sure you never play at these settings. Now to be honest, lowest settings at 4K with either FSR or Intel Excess will only merit you around 30 FPS. I don't recommend 4K on the base tier at all. Now 1080p is a different story, but I would stick with low settings again if you want an average above 60 FPS. You might get away with medium settings, but this would get an average under 60. The same goes with 1440p. Stick with low settings and you'll get frames between 50 and 60 FPS. With the base tier, I preferred 1440p because I have a monitor larger than 1080p. Gameplay was decent here, I could get by, but this game is really suited for a much more powerful machine. Now speaking of power, how does the power upgrade perform with Cyberpunk 2.0? Is it straight garbage? Let's start with the 4K Ray Tracing Ultra preset. Now for the past several years of covering this game, I've noticed that the benchmark has always been off. Like about 30% higher than what really happens in game. See, 50s is not really bad for the Ray Tracing Ultra preset on the Shadow power upgrade, but is this what really was represented in game? No! See, this game lies. I'm getting mid-30s to mid-40s in gameplay. The benchmark tool might need to be looked at. It's even worse when I'm traveling. People, make sure you test the benchmark settings in-game. Don't take their word on it. The most optimal settings for the power upgrade at 4K is the high preset without ray tracing and DLSS set to auto. There were times where I dipped in the 40s due to a lot of things going on, but for the most part, I got 60 to 80 FPS most of the time. Now if you want to be daring, you can set it to the ray tracing low preset, but you'll be getting 45 to 60 FPS, 60 being rare. What about 1080p? Well, the Ray Tracing Ultra preset will put you around 45 to 60 FPS as well. But you will flourish on the Ultra preset without ray tracing. I personally prefer FPS over ray tracing, so the Ultra preset at 1080p and the high preset at 4K with DLSS set to auto for both are my picks for 1080p and 4K respectively. Feel free to tinker with these settings to get a more personalized video quality. And no, I don't recommend overdrive. Don't do it. Overall, Cyberpunk plays pretty well on the power upgrade. Granted, it's no GeForce Now Ultimate tier, but it plays well at my recommended settings. It limps by on the base tier, unfortunately. Thankfully, I have a link to get 10% off your first month of Shadow for both tiers in the description if you're looking to get that power upgrade. Let us know what you think in the comments below, and if you like this overview of Cyberpunk 2077 2.0 and Phantom Liberty DLC on both gaming tiers of Shadow, give us a like. Also, make sure to join as a member of the channel or join our Patreon and Discord in the links below. And above all else, make sure to subscribe to keep it hacked in right here at the only place where you can do battle in gaming heaven, Cloud Gaming Battle. Alright, Madam President, I see you.